Because I'm behind my laugh with the cough all night. And if I have to clear my chest and then laugh again, that's what I'm going to do. You're not going to get the better of me. My moon is in Aries. I'm going to win. I've already won. Okay. It's loosening up. We have reached the end of the threshold. We have reached Pisces. Hence the beautiful silk white with a halo over the head to symbolize, we're on our way back to God. The white, no stains, without blemish. We leave our cloak of material matter behind and we go back. We go back to God, whatever that is. And only come back if we return to God with blemish. Then that means we got to go back and take care of shit. And for those of us who return without blemish, we can become back to earth as healers, as elevated souls that are going to be here to help advance humanity. And we can do this in a variety of ways, myriad of ways. Or we can choose not to return to this solar system, to this particular star system, and choose to go instead to other star systems and go through an experience in those star systems, because we've already graduated from elementary school, which is this solar system. Now it's time to go to junior high school. And that could be another solar system of different sets of experiences with a different zodiac and a different demiurgic god that rules it. And then from there, we go to high school. And from high school to college. And from college to grad school. And then after post-grad school, we are now ready to rule our own universes, to rule our own solar system, to be and take our place among the gods, as gods ourselves. You see what I'm talking about? Venus in Pisces. When you're born with Venus in Pisces, you are ready to go. You're ready to go. You're ready to go. But we're talking esoterically. So we're not there yet. So let's still talk about the Venus in Pisces as it relates to the ego and the personality. In part 3, I'll talk about the esoteric altruistic journey and the report card that reflects what has happened in the past that may warrant us either to go up a grade or repeat the same grade. Venus in Pisces. Mm. This is it's very, sweet, not too sweet. It's a Smirnoff raspberry with cranberry. Oh, it's delicious. Oh my God, it's delicious. Delicious. It's about 4:59 in the morning. I'm gonna go to the gym after I'm done part 2 and part 3, and then maybe by 7 in the morning, I will begin with Mars in Capricorn, and Mars in Aquarius, and Mars in Pisces. And then hopefully by noon, I shall be done with this series. And by then, I shall hope that my negative 211 on my paper will be completely obliterated. It has to be before I can begin the new series. Okay, so without further ado, let's talk about Venus in Pisces. Understand that with Venus in Pisces, let me discuss the woman first. Okay, the woman with Venus in Pisces, uh, she loves very tenderly, very compassionately. At her heart, she's a mediator, a peacemaker, kind of like Venus in Libra, but without the ulterior motives that you may find with Venus in Libra. And her senses are so strong that she can pick up as much as possible from those around her. And she can pick up perhaps far more from her partner that her partner may even know or may even care to know. And we got to take a pause here because that's part of the problem for both the Venus in Pisces woman, but also the men in her life. Uh, what can I say? The Venus in Pisces woman will always, 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 always attract losers. Now that may sound harsh, coming from someone who's very spiritual minded, shaman like myself, right? But you have to understand that, listen, it is what it is. I don't make the rules. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. So before I can go into a deeper analysis of the Venus in Pisces woman, I gotta kind of let you know exactly what Pisces symbolizes. And I've done a lot of videos about Venus in Pisces and about Pisces sun sign. You cannot get more complex as far as ego or personality than in Pisces, with Venus in Pisces, or even the sun in Pisces. Pisces represents, and I might need to do a visual aid here, for effect. Okay. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Ah, there's so many books and so much research. I'm telling you. Uh huh. There you go. Ah. Okay, here we go. Uh huh. Venus in Pisces represents consolidation. 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 That is one word that you need to know when you're dealing with Pisces. Consolidation. Then you have to ask yourself a question behind that statement. And that question is consolidation of what? Consolidation of what? What is Pisces consolidating? Well, if you've seen my videos in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi, when I talked about, that I did on Instagram, and I talk about the timeline, right? I talk about a timeline. I'll talk about a timeline. This line here is infinite. The point that it begins is the Big Bang. And then the soul's journey after the Big Bang and the trillions of years, not billions like conventional science tells us, but in the trillions of years, you have a trajectory of the soul's journey throughout the cosmos. So let's do another trajectory line. In fact, let's do 3, right? Just to kind of stress the point. Okay? So I'm going to do diagram A, diagram B, and diagram C. Now, you have to understand that Pisces represents the 12th sign of the zodiac for a reason. Pisces and Aries are both consolidating signs because Aries is bringing with him a package. When the Big Bang started, that little dip, that atom dip into material matter created the entire universe, known and unknown. And that's the spark of Aries. So we can say that Aries has brought a plethora of multiple, ad infinitum, incomprehensible number of worlds within that spark of that atom in the Big Bang. So we're talking, so Aries is also a sign of consolidation, but it's also a sign of manifestation of that consolidation. And that consolidation is a package brought about by the gods and the upper gods and God else, who knows what else is encapsulated in that particular microscopic atom, which causes the Big Bang. And behind it, now we got a universe of multiple trillions of star systems and galaxies and what have you. All of that came from one divine spark. Right? One divine spark. This match, look how small the sulfur is here. In this small little bud, right? Big Bang. Now we have creation. How the fuck did that little speck contain so much? Now let's talk about Pisces. The ending of that huge consolidation from where we don't know that now bursts into life in all kinds of varieties of form. But just like there's a beginning, there's an end. An alpha and an omega. And Pisces represents the alpha and the omega. It says it in the Bible, in Isaiah and also in Genesis. I am alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end. So you're looking at Aries biting the tail of Pisces, and that creates the ring of life. And life is cyclical and continues and continues and continues. So both Aries and Pisces are both consolidators. But one brings about the manifestation that's consolidated, and the other one gives us a reflection of that which has been manifested. If Aries reflects the manifestation of its own creation, brings about this consolidated pregnancy of multiple worlds and plurality of worlds, Thomas Paine was right, then that means that Pisces And that same spectrum represents the reflection of that which has been brought into manifestation from the tail end consolidation of Aries. And from there, God withdraws his creation. And now the once expanding universe begins to contract. And now we go back to that point in which we started from. Venus in Pisces. Now that all sounds all well and good, philosophically, existentially, and exponentially. It's a different story when we water those principles down into carbon matter and we try to make sense of it as far as the expression of this primordial energy and essence in the context of the human ego and personality. Now, is it? Okay. Excuse me. All right. Now we got the message that I want for Pisces. Still waters runs deep. And Pisces is a water sign. So we have to, and reflect that. The glycerin white represents the light of the full moon bouncing upon the waters of Pisces. Because when you look at the ocean on a full moon reflecting the ocean, it looks like it's light and glassy. This is the effect that I have on it. The reflection of the full moon in the waters, which gives it a crimson white. The fluff tides that break against the banks and it gives us that white foam at the shores. This is what this symbolizes. The hoary froth of Pisces, the cum of it. So going back to the trajectory, we have the soul, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and onward. Then you have this. Pisces represents past life dynamics, and the consequences of those past lives. Now, let me give you an example of this trajectory. You see here? In diagram A, we have the soul of Pisces journeying throughout the cosmos. The numbers that you see are the multiple lifetimes that the soul has incarnated. As you can see, if I continue doing the numbers, it can reach up to 30. So in Exhibit A, this person, right, A, has lived many, many lifetimes. We call this spirit an old soul because they have a whole history of incarnations behind them. Not just from our particular solar system, but from other star systems. Then you have B. And B, you have the soul not having too many experiences, but quite enough. And then that's one type of soul. And then you have what we call a new soul, right? And this new soul, C, as you can see, has very few Earth-like experiences. That doesn't mean that because this person has very few Earth-like experiences, that doesn't mean that this person could not be this person. in other star systems, in other galaxies. And this person who has a lot of incarnations here on Earth doesn't mean that this person has the same level of incarnations as this person in other star systems. My point is that Pisces is a consolidation, an accumulation of experiences, either of planetary sojourneys of this particular solar system or of other solar systems, of other star systems. Why am I taking time to explain this? Because in that, there's an inherent wisdom that comes with so many incarnations from many different star systems. Even if you don't go to many different star systems and you experience multiple incarnations right here at home on Earth, it's still a valuable source of information and education. The soul is coming here with a vast amount of knowledge, and this knowledge could be consciously in awareness of the ego of the person born in Pisces, or it might not be. The person born in Pisces might not have a conscious awareness of its own wisdom that it has accumulated or consolidated throughout its journey through the cosmos. Like Aquarius, Pisces is a cosmic being. We all are cosmic beings, but Pisces represents the archetype of that essence. Wherever you have Pisces in the horoscope is where you have gone through a consolidation of experiences. If you were born with Venus in Pisces, Venus is exalted in Pisces. Interesting that a planet that's governed by an air sign, which is emotionally very dispassionate, and the co-ruler of Taurus, which is physically indulgent, can be exalted in a water sign of Pisces. Why do you think that is? If you think about it, Venus, Libra, represents air. Taurus represents earth. Pisces represents water. And the soul's trajectory into these experiences is the fiery essence of its departure from God as a fire, as a divine spark, the match, to enter into these experiences. Right there, you have the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. So you got the wisdom of the four elements exalted and embedded in the Venus in Pisces person, which is why the Venus in Pisces person has tremendous wisdom. It has, as a consolidation, the wisdom of all the signs of the zodiac rolled up in one. They can be fantastic therapists, psychoanalysts, psychologists, psychiatrists, nurses, doctors. They understand all the paradigms of human enjoyment and of human suffering. They have in their consolidation a genetic or microchip history of all that came, of all that is, and all that will be. Because Pisces and Aries, they bite their own tail and creates the ring. So life is cyclical, like it says in the Bible and Ecclesiastes. Nothing is new under the sun. Everything has been here before. We are the ones who have been here for the first time per incarnation, and we don't remember once we cross that sea. Oh, Celia Cruz, who was a Pisces. Celia Cruz. Ooh, I feel it. I just felt the electric of the archons. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be deep. Pisces 2 and 3. Oh, it's gonna be deep. This is a sign of witchcraft, voodoo, mysticism, white magic, black magic, all of it rolled up in one. This is Pisces. The terrifying mystery behind God, behind the universe, our planet, and our place in it. It's so deep that I can't keep still. The spirit, fire, is moving within me. This symbol of the pyramid is our ascent going back up to God. Ooh. And I'm done with this segment. I gotta end this 25 minutes, 30 seconds, because I'm about to be possessed. I don't want that until